It's three lovely lassies from Banyan and all these great numbers, and here she was now making her appearance on the stage in Claremorris. There was great enthusiasm, fantastic excitement, and she appeared to be a person, to people who had known her, that had never changed, neither in her own personality or indeed in the manner in which she spoke.
We had built a large extension and were in debt, and I heard that Delia had come home after, I think she was perhaps about 9 years or something, 8 or 9 years away between Rome and Australia. And I suggested to my boss, Father Colin, that perhaps we might get Delia to do a concert for us. It would be a way of collecting money. Priests are always interested in money, you know. And so I think he must have gone. I don't recall myself going to her, but anyway, he went to her and asked her, and she was very gracious, of course. She said she would. And I think before she appeared on that Monday for the matinee, she had come. I think she had met somebody who had taken a little drink, and she was to give her some Dutch courage, I think. And when she left to dress, she went into one of the rooms in the college opposite where I was, where there was nobody living there at the time. And she came back and opened the door, knocked at my door, and I saw her, how she appeared in this dress, which was built for a much trimmer and slimmer Delia. She was bulging out all over the place, and in a polka dot full-length dress. And I registered horror and disbelief, everything. And she looked at me and said, "What's wrong with it?" And I said, cowardly, in a cowardly way, "Father Colin will never let you out. He'll never let you appear in that." And then she said, "Too much mate." Exactly, Delia.
I don't think she was ever ill at ease in anybody's company. You know, she might have made one or two, maybe once or twice, feel a little bit, but, she was really a fantastic character.
In 1957, they were on the move again, this time to Ottawa, Canada's capital. About 50 miles from Ottawa is Jasper, a tiny community in the rolling Ontario farmland country. It was here that she would spend most of the remaining years of her life.
She was living in one of the old stone-built cottages that line along the Rideau Canal. They were built by the Scottish stonemasons. It was a beautiful old building. And she lived there on her own, I think, with about 150 or so acres. The land was rented at the time, I think, and Ballad, her daughter in Toronto, managed the farm for her. But I think it was rented, and part of it was planted with forestry.
I am a roving journeyman, I go from town to town, and wherever I get a job or work, I'm willing to sit down. Me bundle on me shoulder and me stick within me hand, it's down the country I will go, a roving journeyman. And when I come to Carlow, the girls all jump for joy, says one and two the other, here comes a roving boy. One treats me to a bottle and another to a dram, a toast goes round the table, here's to the journeyman.
Washington, D.C., Dr. Kiernan's last posting followed in 1961. He became a close friend of President John F. Kennedy, and they worked together on the establishment of the Irish American Foundation. Delia and Jacqueline Kennedy hit it off very well. As Delia put it, they had many fundamental chats. But she felt the pull to the farm in Ontario, and when Dr. Kiernan's duties as ambassador came to an end, Delia went to live on the farm while he continued his work on the Irish American Foundation in New York. Delia was 60 years old then, and still in good voice with none of the swing and spirit missing.
On the one hand, she was a very shy person. On the other hand, she was quite a Rabelaisian character. There was a duality about her. She really relished her privacy. But at the same time, if she came to trust you, you would see the other side. But she didn't want, except those closest to her, those who were her few friends at Smiths Falls, really to know that side of her.
When I first met Delia Murphy in 1968 on her farm in Ontario, she was taking a rest from her work in the hot summer sun. So we sat in the shade of a maple tree and she chatted of times past. Her husband had died the year before, and I could sense that she was feeling the loss of someone she loved very much.
I was born and bread.
In July 1969, she did a radio program for the CBC with the song Peddler Tom Kynes. It was such a success that it was repeated in a live outdoor concert in the Gatineau Hills outside of Ottawa. Most of the 4,000 present had no idea who she was, but when she sang and chatted to them, they were with her all the way.
She really enjoyed that folk session in the Gatineau Park. Particularly, I think it was the repartee from the crowd. There was a natural amphitheatre and the open air, and the orchestra was there in the pits, and Delia was up on the stage, and the lads from the back would shout up comments, and she'd shout back at them. I think it was a fine girl you are, Delia. And I remember her saying to me in the car afterwards, and she's saying, what did your man say to me? He's a fine girl you are still, Delia.
She seemed to capture everybody's imagination with a whole series of songs, one after another. And I would thank her directly, for giving people like myself and the brothers and Tommy Macon the encouragement to discover more about the songs and try and keep going the popularity that they had.
Delia returned to Ireland to her Liffey-side cottage in the strawberry beds a few months after her Canadian concert in the winter of 1969. But anyone as popular as Delia could not expect to be left alone for long. Tom Phelan, a lifelong fan, remembers what was probably her final appearance.
I brought her to an old folks party at Ballyfermot, and she came there, and the Shelbourne band was there. The Shelbourne Hotel had a few members of the band, and the conductor said it was my privilege, he says, to conduct for Delia Moore.